A very short session on building your name list, or the fact that you have to build your name list. Because what we're doing right now is I'm just showing you the basics of building your business offline. And when you actually get a new person started, this is what you're going to be doing with them. Because remember what we said, we don't have tons of training and tons of opportunity meetings and all of that. What we rather want to do is help you learn the basics so that you can teach your people what to do. Okay, does that make sense? Alright, so you want to build a name list of about 200 people. Now, I know that if you've been involved in other programs, you've built name lists and you've spoken to other people. And some people sitting in this room have been doing network marketing for, like me, since 1995, 20 years. I've been involved 20 years in network marketing. And I've spoken to everybody. Okay, fortunately, I didn't work it for a couple of years, and I've got some new people that I know, so I could approach those people. But if you have run out of names, building a name list of 200 people may be quite difficult for you. And that's where you actually have to go out of your comfort zone, and you actually have to go and find people by using other methods, whether it's internet methods or whether it's offline methods where you go and do the small business survey. Now, we're not going to cover the small business survey today, but you can just take the small business survey, you can go and speak to people, and you can just stop a sharp person in the mall and say, excuse me, just 2 minutes, I'm doing a small business survey, and can I ask you 3 questions? What's the guy going to say? Yeah, sure, no problem. And then you just ask him these 3 questions, and then you say, well, can we get together? And he'll say yes or no, and that's fine. So as I say, don't want to do much training on it. But for those of us who do know still some people, we haven't spoken to everybody about our other businesses, you want to come up with a name list of about 200 people. Where are you going to find those names? Go through your old address books, look at your email addresses, see if you've got phone numbers for those people, look at your past business dealings that you've had with other people. So look at all those things, and that's where you'll find those names. And then what you want to do is realize not everybody's going to join. Some people are going to say no, but that's fine. Just contact them anyway and say, you know what, this thing's going to work for me, and I know that I'm going to have a whole lot of people that are going to start. But I don't want you to be cross with me when I'm making some money, and you say, why did you never tell me?
Can I interrupt there quickly? When do you start losing credibility? You've started with a network company, something better came along, and you went over to that one, and whatever, it's the same 200 people, or do you not speak to them again, and you just add to your list and you bring in new people in your new business? Or when do you understand what I'm trying to because every single one of us have probably been involved in more than 2, at least 2 network marketing companies before. When do you start? Who do you talk to? Do you go to your old people and say, listen, I've now found something better, and the third time you're doing it, they start saying, no way.
No, you're absolutely right. It is a problem, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
If the person, and you know the people that you've already contacted, they've said to you now that this is not for me, don't even waste your time. Don't waste another minute. Yes. But if you know that the person's got potential, and you think that they could really do it, then you can approach them and say, look, I know I've spoken to you about other things. I know I've told you this last thing was the best, and now I'm going to tell you this next thing is even better. I know, I'm an idiot, I know. But just check it out. Would you check it out?
Or would you say that, listen, we're still in this business, this is something that we can start small and grow into, and whatever, and it can maybe take over from our other business at some point.
Yeah, if you're still doing the other and you're making some money, you can say, look, I am still in it, but I found this, and I'm checking it out, and I think it's quite good, and I really think we should just look at it. Let's just look at it. Let me just show you, and then he can or she can decide if yes or no. But I think genuineness
and push for your new program. Let them decide. Correct. You just give them information.
Correct. You say, look. And you just be honest and say, look, I know I've shown you 3 opportunities before, and every time I've shown you because I thought, you're the guy.
Hey, we made money here, but I've seen this thing. Why don't the 2 of us look at it together?
Correct.
and he convinces himself.
Yeah, that's what you want.
I think it also comes down to a concept of you don't want all your eggs in one basket. I mean,
That's another good thing.
you can supplement, from the one to the other just to support.
The average millionaire has 7 streams of income, apparently. I've heard that somewhere before.
Really.
7, that
But-
many. Wow.
But those are good ideas. I like those ideas. Because you want to let the guy know, look, I'm making money with this, but this might be better suited to you. This wasn't for you, but I think this might be better suited for you. This was sales, and this was this kind of product, and I knew you would be doing, but this is different. So
Let's look at it
Let's
together.
just check it out, and let's just see where we go with it. If we don't, then it's fine. It's no problem. That's with this particular person, an A candidate. One of your B or C candidates, we'll divide them. In fact, you will divide them because they're the greatest asset. Order them A, B, C.
All right.
A is your sharpest person, the guy that you will approach again. B, probably not, because you've shown it. C, probably not. But you want to find your A's, and then you go to them and you're just honest with them. Yeah, sure. I've shown you 4 things. You didn't want to hear them. But you're still the guy, man. You're the guy.
Also, a lot of people you've approached maybe with another opportunity, they didn't have the money to join that opportunity.
That's
They're still on your list. You've got another opportunity to show them now that they can maybe build now and make money with this and then join the other one. Use the one to leverage with the other one.
That's the other thing. Correct. Look, I've got friends that will never do network marketing, and I wouldn't even approach them. And you don't. But then you've got your A-list who didn't have the money, wasn't in the position. They were making enough money by themselves, or they were too busy when you approached them about this particular business, or the product wasn't right for them, or whatever. There's always reasons. But your A-list, and there might only be 5 or 6 people, those 5 people that you put down just now, it might just be 5 people. Those are the guys that you could go and approach the second time, and you say, let's just check it out with me. Let's just see. Maybe this is for you. So, yeah, good point there. Any other comments on it? Yes, Misha.
I've seen something that with Kovas that I really wanted to know how is he getting right. Kovas, I've seen he's got over 4,000 friends on the Facebook.
On Facebook. Okay.
So every time I open up a Facebook, there are people who say they confirm this to be a friend. Looks like maybe with him, everybody who's there, he just adds. I just want to know, how is he getting that right? You have over 4,000 friends on the Facebook.
Could us answer that maybe in 2 sentences or 2 minutes? Because that's more internet-based network marketing. So, just briefly, if you'd like to answer that question.
By giving value, you change yourself not as a person but as a magnet. And it draws people to you because they want to see what are you doing. They're following you. And then without any word or something like that, you start making friends with them, contact with them, and then you start building the relationship. That's the easiest way of explaining what's going on. And then also, I've got 4 groups, business groups. Now, we met at the groups, and then we become friends. That's also another way of getting your friend base built up in Facebook. See? Easy.
Yes, John.
Just to add on that, I've also got our 4,900 or something. What I did specifically is I joined business groups specifically towards network marketing, and I add value to the groups. So I maybe post a quote without my link. I never post my link in business groups, and people friend me that way.
Yeah. And then you can use BMT, a pep talk from BMT that you can just post, or a quote, or something else that you picked up. Yeah. That's what Kobus was saying, like adding value. So that is that's giving an example of what Kobus is saying. So you join these different groups, and then you just add value there by posting positive things, or by encouraging people, or just saying, hey guys, this happened to me and I learned this. and guys will just want them to then follow you.
And also in certain groups, business groups, people would ask questions, and if you would answer a question in a good manner,
Yes.
people will see you as
Authority.
and they will want to like you or add you as a friend or whatever. And that's it.
And then it starts snowballing.
Yeah.
It's a bit ways.
But yeah, then adding value is so important.
Yes.
And building that relationship. Excellent. Alright, so we kind of jumped through a couple of things as we were talking about name lists. Not everyone wants to join. We said that your names are your greatest asset. And that's why you ask the question, Misha, because you want more names, you want more followers, and that's how you get them. And also just as you meet people when you go to a party, when you go to one of your children's sports events or kids' parties, you meet people there. And if you add value to those people, then they will want to know more about you. Let me put that into an example. You can go to, let's just use a kids' party. Who's got children? I'm looking at one of the little boys sitting there. Children who you still go to the parties. Okay. Two of us. I mean, two of you over there, and myself as well. Now, I don't go to the party, but I drop my kids off and I pick them up again. So you can either do this. You can go to the party and just sit in a chair the whole time and read, stay on your WhatsApp, or eat the kids' chips and biscuits. Or you can mingle with the parents and talk and chat and do this. Don't talk about yourself, talk about them.
Yes.
What do you do? What about, what do your kids do? Where have you been on holiday lately? What books are you reading? So that you're asking people about them. You know how much value you're adding by just getting people to share with you about them. Because people love talking about themselves. So by you asking them about themselves, you're adding value to them. Yes, you can say things like, I'm doing this business and I can, help people to make money. You can say that, but then you don't focus on, my business is so great and I'm so good and I'm so this and I'm so that. No, not that. You never talk about yourself. You always talk about them. You get them talking. And through that, that's like Facebook. People will then like you, okay?
Yes.
They like you. And now you've got a name, and then you say, you know what? I've been chatting with you, and you seem like such a nice person, a positive person. I know this sounds crazy, but I do this part-time business where I'm making money part-time, and I know this sounds crazy, but can I show you this business opportunity? Would you be interested? What's the guy going to say? No, man, he likes you. You've been, building a friendship with this guy for 20 minutes, and he's going to want to see what this is about. But now you don't just do that with one person. You try and do it with a couple of people at the party. Or in my case, I don't stay at the party. I drop my kid off. I pick him up at the end. So I don't just, Sebastian, let's go. I don't just do that. All the guys are there anyway, picking up their boys. The ladies are at home. It's late at night, it's 11 o'clock or whatever it is. So you chat to the guys, talk to them. Same thing again. It's obviously going to be a shorter discussion because they're there to pick their boys up. But how was your weekend? What did you do? And how's work going? And all of that kind of thing. Sometimes it's kids' parties. We've been knowing those parents for the last 5 years because your kids in the same classes, same kids' parties.
That's where I get names is, for example, standing in the queue at SK. Someone will stand in front of you and someone will stand at the back, and you'll stand there for 10 minutes or whatever. Talk about stuff. Ask them about what they do and whatever. And just as you see it's time, your time to go, you say, listen, we've been chatting for a while and I think you're quite a positive person. Can I get your details? I would like to share something with you. And most of the time people need to keep the details.
Yes,
That's right. Just like
that's why I always say, when you're in that situation, in a lift, or in a queue like that, always be prepared for the unknown. In this sense, have your business card ready in your back pocket. Go out with a mission and always be prepared. And then when you get to that situation that you're going to be a part, don't talk about your business. Hey, listen here, you're talking nicely, you know, I know what you're doing now. Have a look at my business, and I'll see you later. And give him your business card, right? And then eventually, he will look at it, because you now are such a great guy, he met you, and he want to keep in touch with you. So obviously, he will go to your Facebook profile, or he will phone you, or email you, or something. He will make contact with you, because you connected already. So by exchanging the business cards, it's a connection, the bond is there. Then you just have to follow up a bit, and voila, the magic will start.
When you've given, you don't have to have business cards, but if you do, that's great. And once you've given the person a business card, you've made a stronger connection already. And then you can say, hey, I'll give you a call because I think I've got something that you'll really like.
Yes.
Now you've created that curiosity. He's got your business card, he's heard that he might go to the website. I'm hesitant about the website, and especially about expecting them to go, because people's lives are busy. You just have planted a seed, you've given your business card if you've got one, and now you can say, I'll give you a call, I think I might have something for you that you'll really like. Oh, what is it? And then you've gone. And then you phone, hey, we had a good chat, we met the other day at the desk game. You remember it's me? Yeah, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm good. Listen, I've started with this really exciting opportunity, and when can we meet? Because this is something you really want.
But you have to be flexible. It depends on the situation, how you've met. And then you take it from that angle, how you're going to approach him to keep contact. See? Sometimes you use a website, refer him to that, because you start in talking, because on that level of marketing. Maybe you talk about rugby or soccer. So obviously you won't say, well, go and have a look at the website. There's no relationship to it.
Right.
Then you exchange telephone numbers or email addresses, because I want to send you something. Now he's expecting something from the soccer or the rugby.
Yeah.
You see? So you use that angle to get him to look at your website. So it depends on the situation you've met, and that's how you handle it. So you can't really do it by the book.
Not every size fits all. That's
No.
of course the same.
No. Be
Sometimes
flexible.
we'll use email, sometimes use things. Yeah.
That's it.
Cool. Let's move on. We finished that section. We are talking about how to build your Be Motivated business offline. We've covered the strategy, we've covered building a name list. Now we're going to look at inviting and approaching people. So let's look at inviting or approaching people. And during our break, we had a couple of helpful comments. When you run out of names and name lists, you can't build your name list anymore because you spoke to everybody. We've had a couple of people here who are quite experienced and they don't have 200 people that they can contact because they've contacted them already. Please share some of those ideas as we talk. So when you invite and approach people, number one is you really want to care about this person. And if you don't care and you don't show that in any way, you kind of, oh, I'm better than you and I just want to use you to make money, then they're going to pick that up, they're going to see that. So if you've run out of names, you can't show a perfect stranger that you care about them. Okay? How are you going to do that? I mean, you're standing in a queue at Diskim or wherever, and now you've got this person in front of you, you've got a person behind you, and you start talking to this person. How are you going to show them that you care? Any ideas?
Be interested in them.
Be interested in them. Comes back to the same thing. And if you've noticed, leaders are always interested in their followers. They care about their followers. In fact, leadership, one of the definitions of a good leader is the leader who cares about the least important person in the group. Okay? Or the least person that contributes the least, who still cares about that person. Okay, so by being interested in the person that's in front of you, you go to a party, you talk to the dads or the moms, and you talk to them about them, you show that you care. So when you phone them up, they already know you because they've met you and they know that you care. But in your heart, you've also got to care about them. Because, believe it or not, it will come through in the way that you speak to people. If you care or if you don't.
Quantum physics.
Okay?
Quantum physics.
It's part of quantum physics. It's the vibe that you put out.
Yeah.
You know, string theory. Success beliefs, success, law of attraction.
Yeah.
Right. Compliment the person. Very important. Everybody loves a compliment. It makes them open to your suggestion, but again, be sincere. Don't just come up with something that you want to flatter them, because that's not going to be. It's got to be appropriate. Give me an example. I think there's something there that you.
You might be a nice looking woman. That's nice.
That's right. That's not going to work.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Inappropriate.
Correct. Correct. Any other? Yes.
I like your tie. I like your tie. That's
You like the tie.
I like your tie.
So look for things. Thank you for that. That's a good example. Look for things about the person that you like, whether it's the tie, whether it's the jacket. You know, I said to people sometimes, if the guy's got a nice jacket, you know, you can even make a joke about it. You say, hey, you better watch out, I might steal that off your back while you're not looking.
Yeah.
Obviously, in some circles, you don't want to say it because the guy might pull out his knife and stab you right before you can steal his jacket. But yeah, find something positive and be funny. People are attracted to people that make them laugh. People are attracted to people that are not serious. I mean, some people are very serious. I, by nature, am a very serious person. I have to work at being funny, because otherwise I will just be too serious and people will, you know. And that's where I have to stretch.
Yes.
And we all have to stretch in different areas. Some people are more quiet and they're a little bit more introverted. That's where we have to stretch so that we can then be a little bit more outgoing. But yeah, so come up with something positive. Maybe you like the guy's shoe, his hair. Even if his hair is like really weird, like he's got a mohawk. I went to a wedding and the guy's hair was like red. Should have been pink, but his wife-to-be was wearing pink, and so she said, put pink in your hair. So he did it, you know. It turned out great, unfortunately. Okay, so yeah, you want to be sincere. So compliment them, and this is whether you are phoning them or whether you're speaking to them on you're meeting them for the first time. Just compliment them. That's the approach part. Then make the invitation. Okay. Now the invitation is very simple. I've just started an exciting business. It's really amazing. I have a plan and I want to show you. There's no selling. When can we meet? And it doesn't even have to be word for word. It's just short. It's short that you can learn it. It's short that your team can learn it. It's short so that it's duplicatable, because network marketing is all about duplication. Okay? So, whatever, you know, but if you haven't got something better, this is a great thing. I've just started an exciting business. It's really amazing. I've got a plan and I want to show you. There's no selling. When can we meet? Simple as that. Okay? The experienced guys will come up with something different, something that works for them. But this is a great thing.
Now, can you use that on that SMS thing as well?
Yeah. If you want to SMS somebody and say, when can we meet, you can do that. Definitely. It's short, and obviously people are going to have objections. We'll cover some of those objections in a minute. Okay. So, yeah, that's basically that. We're going to now move on to the next thing.